how about that then? It's to all intents and purposes done, certainly roadworthy now. And yes, I have ridden it, and it goes very well indeed. It does ride well. Refitted the chain case, which it never came with, but I've restored, loose term, stripped it, treated the corrosion. You'll have seen possibly my videos on this, what I started with, and it's come up very well indeed. Certainly as good as I could expect. This is a good, as you can see, a good snug fit. If I can just there we go, just get that out the road. Yep, so remember that bit of corrosion, perforation there by the stay there and this securing screw. Well, sorted now. I wanted the chain case, as I've probably already mentioned. I don't want any faffing around with this bike with trouser clips or having to clean the chain every couple of months. I just want to be able to jump on it and go. Chain's nice and protected in the chain case there, away from the elements and away from any airborne dirt or grit or anything thrown up from the road by the wheels. So I'm chuffed to bits with that. Nice and straight. It's got the oiler. Only thing missing is what's usually missing from these is the two sliding pieces there to close this area in around the sprocket, but I will find a pair of them. I can see why people remove them in the past, because if these aren't just set up right, any sort of damage or misalignments can have them pieces rubbing against the spokes. But I make sure they're in place on all of my bikes, because that's quite a gap there, if you can see. Yeah, it's quite a gap, is that. I'm still playing around with this new camera phone, by the way, so I'm just exploring the various features of it. But yeah, hub all cleaned up. See if I can see the date on that again. I know I mentioned it right at the very start of this little project when I went to collect the thing. Right, I can't really see anything there. I can see a 9. I can see a 9, but nothing else. Right, well, I can't look at this. Wait a second. No, I'm not seeing anything there. Or is it a 57? It's very, very faint if it is. I'll pop it up in the description if I can find the date on it. So yeah, it's now roadworthy. A couple of finishing touches left to do, including transfers for the chain case, and a new set of frame transfers, as I've made mention of before. This has been resprayed in the past, and you can see the masking there, where they've masked off the Raleigh, but the other side of it, the old steel bicycle, is gone. Similar story with the tubing decal there. So that's one reason why I decided it's a good all-weather daily rider, because it's lost its originality in that respect, but it's solid, it's in good order, the frame, there's no corrosion or anything like that, and it's mechanically sound. I mean, you've seen the chrome of the hub there, which is in very, very nice order. So what else have I done? I've fitted the carrier, as you can see. I wouldn't be without one of them on a utility bike, and it's a Midland Roadster model. Well, you know, with the spring clamp there to hold your luggage. Still got a bit to do on the mudguard, but there's a little twist in this restoration with that I'm going to save to a future video. As I've mentioned before, put the lamp bracket on the front fork, as I wanted one there. Raleigh lamp bracket with the special security peg there, you see. It's got to have that security peg to stop the bracket from moving around. And through removing the bracket here, I've uncluttered the brake gear. Not that those brackets interfered with it, but obviously one up here as well is superfluous when I've moved it to the front fork. But removing that meant I had to insert this sandwich piece in between the two nuts there, just to give the space for the for this one to bite. Otherwise the threads weren't that deep, you see. So they are fitted to the sports models, different handlebars, you see, and they don't have the lamp bracket on the handlebar stem. It is elsewhere, sort of bolted up here. What else is worthy of mention? Oh yes, bell, had to put that on. King of the road, for towpath cycling and these shared pedestrian paths. People do appreciate a bell warning, you know, before you swish past them. So good loud bell. Fork lock necessary for what I'm going to be using the bike for, shopping and work, etc. I've got a 3-speed trigger, which is in period, because even though, you know, it's been resprayed, I still want it to look right with period fittings on it. So I've got this example of the 3-speed trigger, which tells you through this little window what gear you're in. And I was going the wrong way there, I don't know why. But yeah, high, normal and low, with the correct style cable, the old original style cable. Come on. It must just confuse all the bloody camera phones, this focusing business, when it tries to focus in the background. So yeah, if I've got this original cable there with the outer covering on, going over the guide wheel and down to the cable adjuster here. So that I'm very pleased with. And the saddle, which is, you know, quite a spectacular example really, and it is a middle mower. This may be a model B3. It has a stamp in there, or you know, something has been embossed there, worn on both sides, so no idea what that would have said or when it dates from, but it's, you know, look at the suspension on it. It's a proper three spring job, and for my bony backside it's rather comfortable, as I've done away with this thing that it came with, this Lemmet Boxina. It's for a Dutch bike. It was okay. I'm not saying it was a bad saddle, because it wasn't. I just wanted something that looked the part, you see. So this is up for grabs, free of charge, if anybody wants it, because it's no good to me. Any of you Dutch bike enthusiasts are welcome to it. So there's still a couple of things left to do, like the transfers, mostly just cosmetic stuff now. Finish preparing the frame, you know, give this a rub down with the very fine, probably 1500 grit wet to dry, just to take that masking edge off it before I apply a new transfer on the chain case. It will in time have a stainless steel rim at the rear for practicality. So you can see, I mention it in most of these videos, major fault with the ordinary steel rims is when the chrome finish wears off, corrosion sets in, and it's surprising how fast that can take a hold. Literally, you know, after one rain shower it's breaking out in rust, which doesn't do the brake blocks any good. Also, I think a new set of tyres will be in order. We've got the stainless rim on the front there, as you can see. All rod brakes, which I was undecided, you know, as to whether to remove this silver paint as it received in its, you know, previous restoration. Whoever did the paint work, they also painted the brake gear as well. I was thinking, well, shall I remove it, because the chrome is it looks pretty good underneath, but I thought no, I'll leave it, because it's providing an extra layer of protection, and it looks like it's going to come off in time anyway through its own accord, so I've just left that as it is. So there you go, it's taking shape now. Rather nice, though I say so myself. And I'm just going to round off today with something that I bought for the bike, which, being a rod brake model, it is really essential, really. And that is this. New old stock, never been used, never been out of the packaging. Brooks front mud flap. And it's a shame really to open this and use it, it really is, because this must be old. This looks like 1960s or 70s, judging by the tape there and this cellophane and paper packaging. But I can save the packaging. I'll put it, you know, on a shelf under a book or something, but I want to use it because I need a mud flap. This mudguard was never drilled for one, so I can assume it never had one, and this is a clip-on one. But I want a mud flap because of the rod brake gear there at the bottom bracket. Anything that gets flung up by this front wheel is going to go and stick to the brake gear there, which causes corrosion and rapid wear, being exposed and vulnerable there as it is. So a mud flap on a rod brake bike, I think, is absolutely vital. So leave a comment as always, let me know your thoughts. Hope you've enjoyed this, and I won't be far off sharing a test ride with you now. Oh yeah, I've just realised the pedals. I've got another set of pedals to replace these rather worn ones. You see, rather worn, and one's missing the end, and it's one of them with a funny end cap, not the regular hexagon end caps. So I've got a decent used set I can put on. And also, speaking of chain cases, there's a bit of adjustment needed to be made, as you can hear that. Just wait till that car's gone. There, you can just hear something. There, catching. It's only doing it very lightly, whatever it is, but I'll take the end cap off again and have a look. I've got a theory it might be due to the spacers behind the sprocket. It had two of the ring spacers in between the hub side and the sprocket, so I'm not sure if because when I got it, it had two spacers together, and now I've put one behind and one in front on this side with the retaining ring, so maybe that was it. I'll probably have to go and put the two behind again in between the sprocket and the hub. That may be it. So thanks for watching, and yeah, it's coming along well, project daily. So see you in the next one.